Hello there, Matthew J. Elliott here, taking time out from doing British things like correcting people's grammar and, well, that's it really, to congratulate you, the listener, for selecting the True Blue Riffcast. Yes, you could have picked any one of the thousands of RiffTrax themed podcasts on the web, but your perspicacity led you to seek out the number one RiffTrax podcast, and for that, you shall be commended. Now, I'm going to turn you over to your hosts, Dave and Jeremy, and I shall board a flight back to England without even so much as the boxed lunch I'd been promised.
Thank you, Matthew J. Elliott. This is the True Blue Riffcast, the number one RiffTrax podcast in the world. I am Jeremy, and I am joined, as always, by...
Sup, everybody? I'm Dave. How you doing? You can't see me because I'm not on Jeremy's cam, and we're not even in the same room together, but I am here in another space and time. Am I in another universe? Is this Earth 9 for a bunch of ridiculous numbers? Who knows? But the multiverse is all the rage these days. So I don't know where I'm going with this bit. I didn't plan it.
All the rage. Literally all the rage.
Yes.
We got 2 multiverse movies out right now. And I'm actually was watching the other one this morning. It came out on digital yesterday. And that's Everything Everywhere All at Once. And that movie is a trip. Like, it looked like it was going to be really weird, and it is really weird, but it's really good. I still have like half hour left in the movie. I didn't realize how long it was when I started it this morning. I'm like, I should have plenty of time to watch it between now and the time that we start the podcast, and of course, that was not the case.
How long is it?
2 hours and 20 minutes, apparently.
Oh, I have like 10,000. Here, let me go ahead and close the movie window so I'm not like draining. Because I'm not outside today, everybody. I'm actually inside.
What?
Because well, I mean, we're running the raffle. That's assuming people actually show up to listen to us live, because you have to be present to be in the raffle. But
yeah, we get most of our listeners after the fact, but.
Oh yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. Right now, well, I'm not going to say
yeah, we get most
what
of
I was
our
going to say because it
listener
might be
feedback.
totally embarrassing. But yeah, so I'm inside to when we will run the raffle. I can be on my computer to do that. So no, I'm not outside. You're not going to hear the ambiance of birds and helicopters and dogs and construction. If it's a dog, it's Jeremy's.
Yes.
That means the mail is there.
Yes, and that's usually around the time when we're wrapping things up. But today we are going to be discussing the RiffTrax release of Jurassic Shark, otherwise known as Attack of the Jurassic Shark, directed by Brett Kelly. 2012. We'll get into that in a little bit.
Excuse me. It's
what?
2012.
That's
2012.
That's what I said. 2012. That's when the movie came out.
No, you said 2012, sir.
Oh, shut up, Dave.
That's why I had to stop and correct you. It's 2012. Anything after 2009 is 20.
I know. Just
I know. I'm just being a
leave me
jerk.
alone. I know.
But
well,
really,
you're being yourself here. So.
Yes, I know.
Oh man. Up first, guys. We have to. I want to do the box office first because our other department. We've got a lot to discuss in our other department.
We did not expect this much material.
So we'll take a look at the weekend box office.
Yeah, we'll
first.
do that first. Yeah.
Of course, the number one movie in theaters is still Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Great movie. It's an excellent Sam Raimi film. It's more. I feel it's more of a Sam Raimi film than it is a MCU film, even though it is definitely an MCU film. But yeah, Sam Raimi's grubby little hands are all over it, and I'm here for it. Number 2 is The Bad Guys. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is number 3.
That's amazing.
The new film Firestarter, which I hear is not very great, debuting at number 4.
Yes,
and
movie. Of course, it's not great.
Well, I mean, it's like especially compared to the first version of the movie with Drew Barrymore, Baby Barrymore in it. And the other multiverse movie is fifth place, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Yeah. The Northman's still up there, number 7. The Lost City, which my wife and I watched, and it was actually pretty entertaining. Is at number 8. And the Nick Cage movie, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, is sitting at number 10.
Yeah, but the unbearable weight of massive talent didn't help him and his unbearable weight of massive debt that he allegedly has from buying like dinosaur bones and stuff.
Yeah, he apparently has a very expensive collection. But yeah, so that's it for the box office. We gotta talk about James Wan here.
Yeah,
we're gonna jump right into what the hell is James Wan doing. I cannot talk this morning. And I don't remember if we brought this up on an episode the last time, or if this was just when we were waiting for RiffTrax the game to get started. But James Wan is going all in on NFTs, baby.
Yeah, that's the first thing we need to talk about.
Chubby Kid NFTs.
He's doing this. Okay, so what he's really trying to do is raise money for post-production of Birdemic 3 because his Indiegogo failed spectacularly, like always, which is still, considering who he is, it's still, I mean, especially after everything that happened with us, it shouldn't surprise me, but it's still like the man made Birdemic.
Yeah.
It's a global brand. I know we've talked about it on the podcast before, but what the hell? He made $600 or something.
So if you're in the chat, you can see that I'm going through the Chubby Kid NFTs.
Yeah, so what he's done, he apparently has a son. I knew he got married. Not that I'm checking up on him to see if I can destroy his life in any way. It's definitely not something I do.
Yeah.
But I know he got married. I think, is this his son or his stepson? I mean, he's putting it out there.
I don't know, but I know that we've mentioned it before because he's tweeted about it.
Yeah, So,
and he's talked about his chubby little kid, and now he's turned his chubby little kid into some scam artwork, NFTs. And it's okay. The best way to describe this, if you're not in the chat, years ago when Flash was still a thing online, there were these character creation dress up things where they just had like random parts you could add, like different shirts and pants and shoes and accessories.
Is he still using Flash? Is that what you're saying?
That's what these look like. These look like that, and then you pick like a random background, and then you have 10,000 and 10,300 NFTs of your chubby little child. That's not the only NFTs he's doing, though. There's Happy Earth Day posing with the American bald eagle. But his other NFTs are Birdemic themed, but I don't see those up here anymore. I wonder if he got rid of those. Oh no, here they are. Here's the first thing talking about Chubby Kid NFTs. Hey, what's up, Atomic Hero Squad? Yeah, here's the NFTs right here, the Birdemic NFTs. The Chubby Kid NFTs, he's selling for $10 a piece.
Is that a lot?
No. The other ones, let's see, the other ones are selling for 0.31 Ethereum. I don't know
Wait, what? Is that a crypto?
Yes, it's crypto. You have to use cryptocurrency to buy the NFTs. That's the whole. It's all a scam. But currently the Ether, the one that he's charging for the Birdemic ones, for what he wants for it, it's currently equal to $1,941 per NFT of the Eagles. The Chubby Kid ones are way cheaper than that, coming in at a smoking hot $10. So, you know,
Yeah.
it's bad.
So
It's bad.
Yeah, it's real bad. Okay, so now let's talk about the other thing.
Yeah, that's just
going
one
on.
thing. That's just one thing we wanted to talk about with James Wan
Going on
here.
with James Wan. And okay, see, so I don't know if you guys out there have heard of this guy named Elon Musk.
Yeah.
I know. Not to get, I don't even know if you would consider him a political figure, but he's definitely controversial. I admire him a little bit, but I know Jeremy doesn't feel the same way.
No,
So,
I can't stand the guy.
like, no matter how you feel about him, like, he's definitely a big figure. And I guess old Jimmy Noodles admires him too, I guess.
If you look at this first tweet here, from May 4th, it says James Wan said that he really admired Mr. Elon Musk.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
For buying Twitter at $44 billion for free speech, even though he hasn't actually bought Twitter yet, and it's now looking like he's probably not actually going to.
I think
James
he's gonna
said
do
that.
it, but whatever. Yeah.
James said that Mr. Musk should spend a few more billions to create technology to save the human race and life on Earth from extinction caused by climate change / global warming.
And it shows him in like this white tie tux.
Yeah, he's at some gala event, and he's dressed to the nines, as it were.
Yeah. So,
and then
first of all, James, there is one thing I want to say about this tweet, James. It's Mr. Musk should spend a few more billion to create technology, not a few more billions.
A few more billions.
Idiot.
He should send a few more billions. All right, then the next tweet from May 10th. The greatest threat to the human race and life on Earth is not AI, but it is global warming / climate change. So, Mr. Musk, please spend another $44 billion to create technology to save the human race and life on Earth from extinction that is caused by global warming.
So that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning of this. Is James Wan on Twitter yelling at Elon Musk? Does he actually tag Elon Musk in these tweets?
No, he doesn't. That's the best part about it.
What
okay,
then there's moron.
There's one more he sent a day later.
There's no way he can see it then. I didn't even know that until now.
Mr. Musk, are you serious about fixing climate change / global warming? If you are, then why are you doing this $100 million X Prize challenge? You have $280 billion. Why not spend $1 billion to start a company that removes carbon dioxide from Earth's atmosphere? Okay,
right, so
James, is it $1 billion or is it $44 billion? Make up your damn mind, James. Come on.
First of all, he has way more than $280 billion. So he's yelling at him there. Now, Jeremy, I seem to distinctly recall sometime you sent me a link or an image or a screenshot of James Wan saying that he's starting his own space program to like compete with SpaceX. I didn't imagine this.
There was something a long time ago where he said he wanted to do that. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through his page, and it's apparently all just Eagle NFT pictures.
This was recently, and you sent me the image. Hold on. Live Facebook chat scrolling.
Yay. I don't know. It might have been something. There's the Bobby Hill painting. It might have been something on his Facebook page and not on his Twitter.
Okay, here it is. I found it. This is on Facebook. This is from. It's got to be on his Facebook. But James Wan. This is from the Facebook page, Birdemic 3C Eagle. This is from the screenshot that Jeremy sent me on Facebook. James Wan is starting a space company called Code Red Technology (CRT) to save.
That's right. I forgot about that.
To say, how can you forget about this?
I forgot about the name of it.
To save the human race and life on Earth from extinction. Extinction is capitalized. that is caused by climate change / global wabah. More information about CRT, oh God, will be available soon. CRT will launch before the end of 2022. Bruh.
That's right. I forgot because I said he's going to save the world with CRT.
Okay.
Oh, James is losing his mind. Like, he has to be at 100% losing his mind. Like, there's something wrong with him right now.
He's creating a space company. Just like, do you remember when he was going to create a self-help book and he was going to make a documentary movie about living to be 100?
Yeah, his life extension program or whatever. Yeah.
First of all, who wants to be 100? I don't even want to be 42, and I turned 42 in December, so I got that to look forward to. But 100?
Yeah, I'd be okay with.
I've seen people who live to be 100. They have to have their wives who are in their 90s change their diapers. Okay, that doesn't sound like a good time.
No, it doesn't.
But anyway.
Yo, he's got no, there's this climate clock that he posted a link to. Yeah, I'm trying to find the other thing again about his life extension program. It was he's got this whole thing that he's apparently working on for it. And it's gonna have to do with Sea Eagle, Birdemic 3. Because there was something that the main guy works there.
All this is to fund Birdemic 3. And I just got to ask why he needs money to finish Birdemic 3.
He said he needed $50,000 for post-production. You know how he likes his big round numbers.
But that's not
He's got $1 million.
That's not how much Birdemic 3 is going to cost in the end.
He's got $1 million from Elon Musk. I'm surprised he asked for $44 billion because that's not like his normal wheelhouse of like
numbers, like
50 with a bunch of zeros after it.
Yeah, we were talking about this before. It's like, how much did he try to like threaten me with? And it was, I believe, because this was it was 6 years ago now when he came and threatened me and basically destroyed everything I was doing.
Yeah.
He threatened me with 50. Was it million? I think it was million.
50 million. Yeah.
It was 50
I'm pretty
million.
sure it was 50 million.
I don't think it was 50 billion.
Oh God, no, it wasn't quite that much.
No, it was $50 million. He threatened me with a $50 million lawsuit. And,
yeah. And his newest thing is his newest tweet was Birdemic 3 teaser trailer 2 coming soon before end of May 2022.
Well, why even bring it up? It's like...
Yeah, I don't know, because his other one was more of a behind-the-scenes type thing. It wasn't
Here's this birded jerk named Alan Baugh that's going to be reprising his role.
Here's our Brontosaurus boy.
As Alan Baugh as Rod in Birdemic 3.
Yeah.
Come take a bow. Rod from Birdemic 3.
We
gotta wonder. He must have tried to get what's her face back, Whitney Moore.
I think he did. I think I remember reading something that she declined to be in it.
Well, she's got to be in like gum commercials now and stuff. You know, she's got a career.
Hey, that's way better than.
I'm not bad mouthing that. That's a better career than most actresses have.
Yeah. Yeah, she's doing all right for herself right now. So, you know.
And speaking of actresses in Hollywood. Sound off if you are in the chat. I know Atomic Hero Squad is here. Just want to see if we have anybody in the chat. Hit hashtag I'm here in the chat if you're here. If nobody's here,
looks like there's a few people.
If nobody's here, then we'll wait for more people to get here and we'll move on.
Yeah. Like we can start talking about the latest release from RiffTrax, Jurassic Shark.
Right, okay. So I'm not
Dinosaur from the deep.
Here. Yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about RiffTrax.
Oh God. Okay, first of all, I want to talk about this poster.
Oh, okay.
Because this poster for this movie, not the poster that we have for the Riff. I mean, like the actual poster for the movie.
Oh, I haven't seen the poster for the movie. Hang on,
let me bring it up real quick. Oops, I just switched over.
Hold
And I
on.
didn't want to do that yet.
I have many questions about Jurassic Shark.
Where are you?
Okay, you know
There
that
we
is false advertising.
There we go. There's the picture right there. Attack of the Jurassic Shark. It's biting a boat in half that's exploding, and there's somebody jumping off of it. And there's a helicopter, and it's storming, and
Oh, that's not the one I have.
like that's a movie I would watch. What poster are you looking at?
Here, let me show you. Here, let me send it to you in Facebook.
I brought up another one that kind of looks like the Jurassic Park logo, and it's got a giant shark underneath it.
Let's start with that. Let's start with that. Why is this movie called Jurassic Shark? I get it. It's a pun. Okay?
It's a megalodon that was frozen in ice.
Was it, though?
It was
didn't look
supposed
like
to
a
be.
megalodon.
I know it doesn't look like it, but that's what it was supposed to be. That's what they were claiming it was.
Now, in this poster I just sent you, if you want to show our listeners, you can. That's definitely a megalodon. That is not what is in the movie.
No. Oh, that one's way different. That one kind of looks like the poster for The Meg. Like, it gives me that kind of vibes. But yeah, this is... hang on, let me see if I can bring it up without showing everything else off of my...
Attack of the Jurassic Shark. So they just changed it to Jurassic Shark because I guess that would market it better. And I suppose this movie has some bad movie cred. I've never heard of it before, but I don't run around in the deep...
This is the one that Dave sent me.
I don't run
here.
around in the deep bad movie community.
Oh, that's the Rotten Tomatoes.
I just do RiffTrax and
right here.
Red Letter Media. But like this movie has a sequel.
Yeah.
But and we'll get to that later. But I just want to talk about how this movie is blatant false advertising, because you think it's going to be like Jurassic Park, only bad and with a shark.
Yeah.
And that's not what this movie is.
Yeah, we'll go through a bunch of that here in a second. We can actually start off with this because the plot is our first little thing that we like to take a look at. And the plot for this movie, there's kind of a couple little stories all happening at the same time. We've got some people who are art thieves. Okay, that's one thing. They're stealing some painting, and they're going out on this lake.
I don't know why they're on the lake, because I think they were trying to get away. Oh, no, wait. I remember. I watched this movie this morning, everybody. They were on a chase. They were getting away from an art museum where they stole this painting and wrapped it in tarp conveniently.
Yeah.
And when we first meet these thieves, they're like, she killed that cop. Can you believe it? To like these schlubby guys, right?
Yeah, these guys
oh my
are.
Gosh. Yeah.
There's a pair of brothers. There's some muscly meathead guy, and then there's the woman in charge, and there's some other guy.
Yeah.
It's unimportant really. They're just there to be killed.
Yeah. Most of these characters are just there to be killed.
The other, let's see, what's the other part that are going on? There's a research facility, and they're drilling for oil or whatever
on an island.
Yeah, they're on this island surrounded by a lake, but it's just a lake in Canada.
No, I don't even think it's a lake, bro. You look at this thing. This is very clearly like a reservoir.
I think it's supposed to be a lake, though, is what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
There's also a girl coming. She's trying to expose these people for what they're doing, but in their drilling, they find an ice pocket, and it's starting to thaw out. And one person is actually concerned about it, and I think she's got a valid concern, because she's like, what if there's like, bacteria in this?
But I'm showing it to you inside of this very awful stairwell.
Yeah, you can barely hear him. The stairwell is awful. You can barely. I mean,
and by the way, I'm in this stairwell inside a soda machine at the bottom of a canyon on the moon. I even mentioned it in the riff. It's the worst acoustics ever.
Yes, it really is. They make a joke about the one scientist and the chairperson, and their meeting in the Baby Ghost offices. That really feels like they're in Baby Ghost for a little bit, quality-wise. But so there's that, and then there's these two other women who show up to give us our title for the episode, Sunbathing on Pebble Beach. Because they're like, oh, look at this beach we found. There's nobody here. It's perfect.
And be like, oh my gosh, this is fresh water here. It's fresh water. Didn't you know, stupid, that sharks don't eat in fresh water or something? Just be like, lady, I guarantee you didn't know that before you read this script. Okay? I've heard you talk, and I'm going to make a few assumptions about you. And one of the assumptions is that you are an incredible ditz who is really stupid.
Yeah.
And
so
and that's and
so
I'm
dumb.
going to repeat this claim for every woman in the movie. So
they're on the beach, right? And this company is drilling, and all of a sudden there's an explosion. This massive explosion in the distance. And they just kind of look
like, huh? What?
And then they just go right back to what they were doing.
Let's go have a splish splash contest in the lake.
They started splashing each other in ankle deep water, and very slowly move out to where they're like mid torso, and then they both get pulled under by the shark.
Yeah,
with some of the worst underwater photography I've ever seen in this movie.
And then the title, the title comes on, and Jurassic Shark, and then we move on to completely different characters. It's Tiffany, and who's the other one? It doesn't matter. Some '90s, some other '90s cheerleader name is the name of the other one. But a couple of things before we move on.
Tia, and there's Jill, and there's a Barb, and a Tiffany, and a Brittany, and Beer Girl.
Tiffany and Beer.
And
that's another thing we got to talk about. Okay, first thing we have to talk about before we move on about this scene is, of course, the beach. This quote unquote beach. Now we say that it's like a reservoir or something, and they talk about like how they have this whole great beach to themselves, and they put their towels down.
It's not a great beach.
There's no sand on this beach. I don't even think you could really call it a beach. It's like they put their towels down in this like really gross gravel that's like naturally occurring but doesn't look like it's naturally occurring. It's very strange.
Yeah,
but it's not comfortable at all. And it's these kinds of women who are this age and who speak this way would not be enthusiastic or participate in hanging out on a quote unquote beach like this.
No, absolutely not. And they make a riff about it as they're walking into the water. They're basically just going, ow, ow, owie, ow, ouch, ow. Because you're walking on rocks. Like, it's not... That's not a place you want to hang out, like. I mean,
we know the reason why. It's because this was nearby, wherever to H, Canada. But I'm guess it looks like Alberta to me. I don't have anything to base that on other than like what I've seen of certain parts of Canada. It looks like Alberta to my eye. But that's just probably just because I very, very much want it to be associated with the final sacrifice. But the other thing we need to talk about is that the kinds of women that are cast in this movie. I would probably say, with the exception of the lead and maybe the villain, but the villain is kind of half there too.
Yeah.
They're total complete ditzes, and the only reason they were cast was so that I'm guessing that the director and the director of photography are the same person. That just seems like something this movie would do. I'm sure IMDb will prove me wrong, but these women were cast so that the director could perv on them.
And well, and they even make jokes about that too
Yeah.
in the riff. So I would say that's probably. I mean, they're supposed to be college students. So I mean, the other group is also college students, but
as college student. Oh God, that just reminded me. So let's move on with the plot. So then we oh my God, we go and we meet three new girls and one hang around male who we're led to believe maybe has romantic feelings for the lead journalist girl. But
yeah,
it doesn't
that's
matter because he dies immediately.
that's Mike. There's a great callback in this scene too, for one that we just talked about not that long ago. Yeah, because all the three ladies are going Mike, Mike, and of course Kevin jumps in with Mike, which is of course
from
Mutant.
either Mutant or Nightmare at Noon.
I think probably both, but we did talk about both of those just a little while ago, so it's kind of funny that popped up in here.
So anyway, these new characters are coming to the quote unquote island, which is just like, an access frontage road alongside this reservoir, where the highway patrol or the Coast Guard or, oh no, wait, this is Canada. We'll say the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Keep
the
their,
RCMP, come on.
Yeah. No. Where they keep their flotation devices stored during the winter, but
that's where they pack everything away for the year.
So they're going to this island, and they're driving there, and it's at least two of the most obnoxious women you'll ever meet, and they're driving to the island.
One of them looks a lot like, and they do mention this towards the end of the riff, but she looks a lot like Dizzy from Starship Troopers, and that's all I could think of the whole time.
That would be Dina Meyer. Dina Myers, plural. Doesn't matter. Anyway, what I'm saying is that so they got there and they have to rent a boat, okay? And the girl, the main character with the dark hair, who brings Mike along with her. She's like, you guys really aren't going to help me. It's like, yeah, we're dumb, stupid college girls. It'd be like, well, then why did we even bring you? Like, well, my car brought us here, and my credit card paid for the boat.
Yeah, and it's just like a little aluminum fishing boat.
Yeah, it's but that's like the extent of why these women came along. Yeah, these. Okay, I'll admit it, mildly attractive. But I'm in my 40s. These women are clearly in their early 20s. I don't have time for that business no more. I think hanging around women like this now, at the age I am now, I would run through a brick wall to get away from these women. But it's but that's how they're kind of portrayed. Not kind of, it's how they are portrayed. Be like, and then there's this total mean girl high school kind of thing, and then the lead character is like, I want to be a journalist, and exposing this corruption of this organization will really get me that internship. It's like, who cares about an internship? You could probably just go work for a company, a newspaper after this. Make this big expose. What are you going to do? Be like, I've already proven that I can do this. I took down a whole big oil company that unearthed a dinosaur, Megalodon. And okay, you can have this unpaid internship. Hi, no. Am I wrong about this?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. So okay. Well, while you're talking about this, I'm sitting here looking up the actresses. I'm trying to find the one that looks like the character
looks
from
like
Starship
Meyer.
Troopers, and I found her. I found which one she was. Tia, and she is in the newest
Nothing
movie
else.
that this director. Oh no! She's been in a few things, but she's in the newest movie from this director, Galaxy
Really?
Warriors, that they're filming currently.
Oh God.
But she's
This has
been in.
this movie has a Wikipedia page. Oh, and it lies right out of the gate. Jurassic Shark, it parodies two Steven Spielberg directed films at once, Jaws and Jurassic Park. Does it?
I can kind of see the Jaws part, but
Maybe.
that's it. Maybe a little bit. That's it. That's
There's
as far as it
no
goes,
Jurassic
though.
Park in this.
No. But yeah, so they get caught by the art thieves, and they get forced to go into the water with the shark to get the painting back.
Oh yeah, because we should say that literally anytime anybody goes into the water, the megalodon attacks and like swallows them whole, like Big Bertha in Mario 3.
Yeah,
I know we're all the same age.
we only see 2 of the shark kills on screen. Maybe kind of the last one, but oh no, we do see a few at the end for the stinger for the sequel, but which I'm gonna have to talk about that in a minute, because there was something very creepy about that. If you've seen the riff, you know what we're talking about. But most of the kills happen off screen. Unfortunately, I get it's like a budget. It probably was just a budget thing, but
well, yeah, they don't have any
was
sets or microphones. Of course, it's a budget thing.
So the plot, and of course the movie ends with them blowing up the shark. It's just Tia and the other girl left. After an amazing shot that was clearly just ripping off Free Willy, with the shark jumping all out of the water over the 2 heroines, I guess they would be considered.
No, that shot wasn't done to get an upshot of their boobs.
Oh no, not at all. And killing the leader of the art thieves, like, while it's jumping. It was ridiculous, and it was kind of fun.
Bad.
It was bad, but it was kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I liked seeing it. If it was, with a better budget where you could actually see it happen, it probably would have looked pretty good. But it was still stupid. Let's don't get it confused.
Yeah, but that's really the only time we get like a scope of like how big the shark is. Because any other time you see the shark, it's like in this disgusting underwater kind of thing, and it looks tiny.
Yeah, it looks just like a regular shark.
There's no way a shark of that size can live in a lake like that. But getting back to the villains, so like something happens and Mike dies, like he gets eaten by the shark, and they get thrown onto the island, and they meet up with the villains.
Yeah.
And the villains pretend to be their friends. The villains play stupid, and they're like, "Oh, we can use these dumb girls to dive down to the bottom of the lake and get this painting that we have down there that's very valuable that we have to move."
Yeah. And it's probably not ruined at all by being underwater for this whole movie.
It's wrapped in a tarp. It's wrapped in a tarp. We saw that it was wrapped in a tarp when they were moving it out of their car after they killed that cop that we didn't see.
Yeah.
So it's really something. And at one point, like, I think that her crew might like when one of the crew dies and gets eaten by the shark, I think.
Yeah.
One of like the two remaining goons have a conversation about maybe taking out the like we got to do what she says or she'll take us both out. You've seen her, and then I think it's Mike that says, Mike Nelson, I should say.
Yeah, not the
Yeah,
guy in the movie because he's dead at
yeah,
this point.
he's dead. Yeah, that's never totally confirmed because we only see his leg, but whatever. But Mike Nelson says, "Yes, I don't see how both of us could possibly take her out." And I was like, he was saying what I was thinking. He was fantastic.
Yes. Uh, there's also a lot that happens in the forest in this movie. Like
Yes,
they're
there's
just
a lot of wandering. There's
trotting through a forest.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me a lot of a great RiffTrax movie that I hold near and dear to my heart called Planet of Dinosaurs, where a spaceship from SpaceX Corporation or wherever in like 1977 crash lands on a planet that is very much like Earth, only like a few 100 million years younger.
Yeah.
So there are dinosaurs on it. And it shows a naked kid at the very end, which is just like, why? But in it, like one of the main recurring riffs in it is they like your cast, and they like walk along and they like introduce all the characters like over again. Like, we feel you weren't paying attention. Once again, your cast, and just shows them like, drudging along. That's basically the whole movie, except for like the claymation fights.
Yeah, and that's kind of what this is too. This is very, very similar to that. There's a lot of walking, and then there's a lot of shots that just kind of last for way longer than they should.
And it seems like, that's another thing we have to talk about is the padding in this movie.
Yeah.
Particularly the credits.
Yeah, the credits are stretched out just a little bit.
Now, the runtime, RiffTrax has been doing a thing where they've been picking shorter movies over the last couple of years, and that's fine. I don't care about that. But this movie itself is about average for what we've been getting from RiffTrax. I would say probably about the last 2.5 years. It's about 73 minutes, which is about an hour and 13 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
In that ballpark. There's only an hour's worth of movie in this. I was scrubbing ahead, and I saw how long like the credits were. The credits are like 13 here. I bet I could pull it up.
Yeah, the credits are about 13 minutes long.
Now, Jeremy, I gotta go. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that normally, as soon as the credits start, the end credits, that's when the guys launch into their whole thing about if you pirated this, drop by and to hit the donate button and make it right. And they do their little "we're done" type spiel thing. They didn't. Because the credits were 13 minutes, they kind of went through some of them.
Okay, yeah. So the credits in earnest themselves, and not just like at the very end where they're like introducing everybody, like they're showing like and those guys are making jokes about each of the people.
Yeah,
they like linger on them and stuff. So not counting that, it looks like it starts around at an hour and 4 minutes. So there's at least 12 minutes of uninterrupted credits, not including the live action credit.
Yeah.
So they stretched this out. So there's really, it's really like the riff itself is only an hour long. Now, that's not to say don't go buy it. I'm going to make a case that this is one of the best things RiffTrax has done in a very, very long time, and we'll get to that in a few minutes. But did you watch the credits at all, like all the way through?
I did not.
Okay, so what I did is that sometimes, like with a talking cat or with Jaws or something, if there's a long credit sequence, sometimes Kevin will come in with like a song, or they'll do some some kind of skit. It really
Like
did look like
RiffTrax
they
house.
bounced. Yeah, RiffTrax or what was it? There was a bit for I think Radical Jack. I'm not sure. It's been a long time, but
I know there was the song at the end of Suburban Sasquatch.
there was.
Or was it? Am I thinking Lake and Colony? Maybe I'm getting it mixed up with Lake and Colony.
How
One of the
dare
two.
you,
There was
sir.
a big song at the end.
Surrender your number one RiffTrax fan badge immediately. No, I'm just kidding. You can't keep. They say you can't keep track of 500 movies. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, come on. Who do I think I am?
There's another thing about this. So like after the plot's done, something very strange happens.
Yeah, we got two very Canadian men sitting on some chairs on the rocks.
Sit on some rocks out and like, yeah, it's very odd. And there's a woman there who's just like, she's like,
She's a girl. She's a girl.
yeah. And they're like, ooh, there's something going on there. And the guys be like, oh, she's one fine piece of meat or something. And he's like, and the other guy's like, oh, you better be careful. That's my stepdaughter. I'm going to kick your butt. Hurt her.
And the guy kept
Like,
saying stuff, and the other guy's
Yeah,
like,
like-
seriously, dude, that's my stepdaughter you're talking about. Like,
But he said it like he doesn't care at all. But
yeah.
okay, like the words that he says indicates, hey, stop talking about my stepdaughter. But the way he says it is just like, hey, that's my stepdaughter. You better not. I'll have to kick your butt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's like. And like, why do we have this scene? Because okay, look, they blew up the shark. Okay, they blew
Yeah.
up the megalodon.
Well, and if you actually listen to the dialogue, the guy's like, "Oh yeah, every big thing has offspring out there somewhere," and they're like, "Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
is that what they were
that's
saying?
right." And then they like clink their beers, and then all of a sudden the shark jumps out of the water and eats both of them in one shot.
Yeah, and
It's basically
they
to
were
set up
bringing-
the sequel, which we will talk about in a few minutes once we get
Okay.
through all of these
So,
categories.
I think there is one other thing before we get to the categories. I think we need to touch on at least, and that's very strange product placement, which isn't prominent until it is.
Yeah.
Like whoever.
Oh,
like
that's
this-
Beer Girl. Holy cow. How did I not She doesn't even have a name. The guy's stepdaughter is just Beer Girl. in the
Beer Girl,
credits.
yeah.
I was trying to figure out who Beer Girl was. It didn't click with me until literally
Whoever
just
paid
now.
for the product placement in this movie got ripped off in more ways than one because okay, in one of the scenes the guy has to take off his lab coat and to go out because he's being forced into the lake by the bad guys. He takes off his lab coat
Yeah.
and he's wearing like the company the beer, like I don't remember the name of the beer company. It doesn't matter. They're probably out of business. It's got the name of the beer company on the back. And I think one of the jokes is be like, this guy needs to team up with the Asahi shirt guy from Radical Jack.
Yeah, Asahi shirt guy.
And-
That'd be...
Yeah, Asahi shirt guy. And he gets eaten immediately, I think. And then that beer like it's prominent, and then you forget all about it, and you come back, and Beer Girl brings the beer to the guys before they get eaten. And I was like, look, if I had paid them $15 to advertise my beer company in their stupid, dumbass shark movie, I'd be like, well, just on the fact of like where the placement was,
Yeah.
I'd be like, I want my money back. I mean, and to say nothing of the fact that like nobody is gonna see this movie. I mean, these guys got fleeced. They got rooked. Like I don't have thesaurus.com open. I suppose I can remedy that right now because I'm not outside and I can do things on my computer. These guys got fleeced.
It's Hog's Back. And there's a huge thing at the very end of the credits. Like a gigantic version of their logo for these extremely slowly scrolling credits.
Yes. Like
Hog's
it's bad.
Back
I think it's
Brewing
the-
Company.
yeah, so it's They got cheated, deceived, hoodwinked, swindled, bilked, conned, fooled, and scammed. Haha.
Let's see if
Give
their
me-
website's still available. No, now it's
What's the name of
Hogsback.
it?
The website hogsback.ca is now Hogsback Tech, iTech.
What?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's now a technology company's website.
Jeremy, you're doing it wrong. You have to
What?
go to hogsback.beer.
Hogsback.beer.
I'm not kidding. Hogsback.
No, but in the riff-
beer.
In the
Yes,
end
I
credits.
know, but their new website now
Oh,
is
God.
hogsback.beer. I'm not kidding.
Hogsback.beer. They really should have fixed this for the
For the
for the credits. They should go in and change it. Reissue the movie.
RiffTrax should. Hogsback didn't pay RiffTrax a thing.
No, not RiffTrax. The guy who made the movie, Brett. Come on, Brett.
Yeah,
Go fix
his
your
name's
credits.
Brett. Yeah.
Brett Kelly, who was actually he was excited to watch the riff after it was released. He was like, "Yeah, I can't wait to watch this. They're making fun of my movie," and so that was mandatory visiting the tasting room.
The tasting room.
Got to drink your beer through the mask.
Somebody needs to give these guys a memo.
It looks like it hasn't been updated because the main picture has like a snowy background on the website. So,
look, I can scroll down.
Anyway,
where is this? We can find out where it was, Jeremy. Hogsback Brewing Company. Hold on. Corner, Wilfridge, and Maine. Hogsback. Is Hogsback a town? Hogsback is a town. This was made in Hogsback, Canada.
I like how we're both looking it up.
Hogsback Lake, Canada. Okay.
Is there a lake there?
Hogsback Lake in British Columbia. It wasn't in Alberta. I was wrong. Can you believe it?
Well, the Hogsback City is in Ontario.
I'm guessing this is Hogsback Lake.
Woo! Exciting podcasting, folks.
Hogsback Beer, Canada. Here, hang on.
Yeah, that's in Ottawa. I heard you. I just looked it up.
Hogsback Brewing announces shutdown. How is that possible when they just had this story is from 2018, but
well, they might have had to temporarily shut down. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's unimportant, Dave.
Okay, here we go. Hogsback Brewing Company. It has a Wikipedia page, everybody. Hogsback Brewing Company was past tense, was an Ottawa-based microbrewery which first began brewing in the spring of 2010. Their flagship beer is Hogsback Vintage Lager, the European-inspired lager flavor derived from combining 3 malt types, Rome, Munich, and Vienna, unique Saaz hops, and German lager yeast. Why is all this information on Wikipedia? Who cares? On November 1, 2018, the company announced it was ceasing production of its full-time product and would be shutting down. In the final post, it was indicated that the company may come back at some point in the future. The Hogsback Brewing Company, based in Hogsback in the Eastern Cape, South Africa, started production officially on November 17th, 2017. Citation needed. Okay, so this
if you look up a few lines,
Ottawa.
if you look up a few lines from that, it says a case of Hogsback beer and its subsequent logo and T-shirt were featured several times in product placement in Jurassic Shark.
So
all
we
right,
still
guys.
don't know where this was. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
So the
I've derailed the
plot.
podcast enough.
What are we going to give the plot, Dave?
0. Can we give it
0?
0 or 1?
No, we can give it a 0.5 is the lowest we can go.
Okay, fine. 0.5 because
0.5.
the plot. It didn't have a plot.
No, it
was
pretended to
bad.
have a plot. I think it tried to have a
Yeah.
plot. It just didn't. It didn't work out very well for it.
Plots are where things happen, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Nothing happened in this movie except being perverts and stuff.
I have a feeling. That for all of this, at least through the first 8, we might be able to just go 0.5 for acting,
Hold on.
for dialogue, for cinematography.
Let me bring it back.
editing, effects, sound and music, and directing. I don't think
Yeah,
very
dude,
much
point
of it.
5 on every single one of those.
I think it's 0.5
Except for
across the
maybe,
board.
except for maybe effects. I'll give it a 2 for effects.
Because it did have a shark.
It did have that boob shot shark.
I honestly, I don't even remember any of the music from this. Like,
it was canned. It was very like the music was okay, but they clearly bought it.
yeah.
Nobody composed anything for this movie.
No, nobody composed anything.
It was like
100%.
Crater Lake Monster. Oh, did I tell you? I was watching The Toys That Made Us.
Okay.
Which was The Toys That Made Us, and during some of like the interluding kind of thing, they used the same stock composition music that they use in Crater Lake Monster for when Arnie and Mitch are wandering around the forest. I was like, that's Crater Lake Monster.
Nice. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah. Everybody go watch The Toys That Made Us, and you'll at some point, I don't know what episode it is in, but at some point you'll hear the Mitch and Arnie theme, Crater Lake Monster.
That's good. I like that. That's funny. Character and personality. I'm not sure whether or not this movie did have any character or not.
It had person. See, I'm torn because this movie is so stupid. And like, I don't know, jeez. So it does have a personality. It does. It has a very stupid girl being directed by perv's personality.
So
and
1.5.
I want to give it credit. I want to give it credit for that. So I want to give it a 3.
Okay, we'll go with that. I always default to the higher score. So,
okay.
Now I will say this: this movie, it does have personality, because as bad as this movie was, this was so much better to watch than the last one we were going to talk about.
Yeah,
A Dangerous Man. A Dangerous Man. The movie is a slog, and it's supposed to be this action film, but it's old Steven Seagal, and it's just
I was in
awful.
Like when I know how you can break a man after Nam being accused of a crime he didn't commit, then goes out and commits a whole bunch of crimes.
It's awful. It's so bad. I had such a hard time staying focused on that, even with the riff. It was. Yeah. It was. I'm kind of glad that we were able to skip over it.
To kind of like skip it, yeah. But I mean, briefly, just
maybe I'll have to give it another chance. But
a couple words about A Dangerous Man. I enjoyed it. I think I might watch it again. It's definitely. It ties into something else I want to say about Jurassic Shark, so I guess I'll save it. But I would say it's worth it, and I'll tell you why here in just a minute after we get done with the ranking of the riffs.
Yeah, the riffs were, as usual, they were very good.
Very excellent.
There was a lot of callbacks in this one.
There was a lot of stuff for people like us, like diehards.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff in here. It was a whole lot of fun. I laughed out loud so much during this.
I believe there was even a Copper Mountain reference. I believe.
Yes, I'm pretty sure there was.
I watched this at like 3 a.m. I can't be sure, but
I wasn't too far off from you then when I watched it, but
it's my weekend, everybody.
Yeah. But yeah, there was I laughed. I laughed out loud at this so much. It was very well done, guys.
I really enjoyed this riff. So I'm gonna have to say 5. I'm gonna have to give it as much as we can.
Yeah, I agree with that. Now this movie, as we were talking about, set up a sequel, and that sequel has been made, and it has a ridiculous connection to a couple other RiffTrax releases that you might recognize, known as Feeders and Feeders 2. This movie, the sequel to this movie, was directed by the one and only Mark Polonia.
Yes, he's the one and only now.
And he
dead.
he's also the guy working on Amityville in Space, which kind of went around like crazy on the internet, the trailer for it. He's also currently working on Feeders 3: The Final Meal, which I'm definitely looking forward to, but he did make the sequel to this, Jurassic Shark 2: Aquapocalypse.
Boo!
Like, what a ridiculous... This one, he's terrorizing a group of oil rig workers.
But we don't edit anymore. I'm trying not to make Jeremy mad at me. So, but we were talking about this before, and we discovered this long list of movies directed by Mark Polonia. And when we came to that, Jeremy, what expletive did I use a couple of times?
Yeah.
I used the F one. I was like, F you, Mark Polonia.
Virus Shark. House Squatch.
Okay, what is that? What is House Squatch?
Shadyville is plagued by sightings of a hairy creature known as the House Squatch. Locals are panicked, and the area's powerful real estate firm is pressuring the local sheriff to stop the creature, who has taken up residence in one of the homes for sale. It's a battle of wits and wackiness as the town mobilizes to drive the creature back to the forest.
It doesn't answer my question at all.
Directed by Mark Polonia and Anthony Polonia.
I found a trailer for it.
I'm
going to send it to you.
Anthony Polonia. Who is he in relation?
Okay. It's a big. It's probably another brother. Here, I'm going to send you this, and I'll let you decide if we can watch it together with the audience.
Well, we'll probably check it out next time.
Okay.
Just because I don't have it set up, but oh hey, Eric. Eric's in here.
Oh hey, Eric, what's up, man? But so here's the thing with if we're gonna talk about Jurassic Shark, and I would also include Old, and I would also include A Dangerous Man. Even though A Dangerous Man, the movie itself is a bit of a slog, I want to include it in this as well.
Yeah.
You guys know, the listeners of the True Blue RiffCast have known for many months, I don't want to say complaining, but I've been saying pretty hard what I want from RiffTrax over the last few months. I've had a policy of not doing that, of saying RiffTrax needs to do this. But in the last few months, I've been saying that I'm tired of been expressing my dislike more and more for things that like these what we call trash can on fire movies, these B movies from the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
And like these VODs and stuff like that. It's like I've seen it. I don't want to see it anymore. And I kind of feel bad for saying that, but I've been saying I want more MP3s, and I want more movies that are like more independent movies that were made like after the year 2000, and like independent movies and stuff like that. Now, when they came out with Old, I was like, oh, really? Nice. And I was super energized by that.
Yeah.
So, and then
it doesn't hurt that it was a great riff too.
Yeah, there was a fantastic riff. So I was like, oh, so this is like, it took me back to like 2008 to look when I very first started watching RiffTrax. To like, you get it's an M. Night Shyamalan. It was like a callback to like The Happening when they did all the M. Night movies.
Yeah.
And it was really great. I really loved it. And then, not last week, but a couple of weeks ago, they did Mike, Kevin, and Bill. Bridget and Mary Jo have released another movie since then, I believe. Another Mary Higgins Clark.
Yeah.
But we'll focus on Mike, Kevin, and Bill for the moment. They did A Dangerous Man, which we talked about briefly. And that was excellent. I quite enjoyed A Dangerous Man, but that's a 2005 movie. not 2005, 2009. And I was very just like, okay, cool. So like, I feel like, and then with this is the kind of thing that I want, because when you and me were talking about this movie offline, Jurassic Shark, you compared it to Suburban Sasquatch. And when Suburban Sasquatch came out, I said very emphatically, this is the kind of thing RiffTrax needs to be doing all the time.
Yes.
And so we have this. So I think these three movies, Old, A Dangerous Man, and Jurassic Shark, okay? To me, I feel like RiffTrax has heard me. Now, I don't know if this trend is going to continue, and, you know, they can release whatever they want, and it's fine. I'll buy it, and I'll watch it, and I'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've been heard. And I feel like, you know, RiffTrax is a company that is very free with like what they can do. And so if this is the case, if they've like, I don't want to say that they're adjusting fire for me, but I do want to say that I appreciate what they've been doing the last couple of months, because this is the kind of thing that I have said that I want. And they've been, with these last three releases, for the last three Mike, Kevin, Bill releases, they've given me exactly what I've been asking for. And for a company to do that, like, I just feel like I owe them a thank you for that, because no other company can really do that for just one guy. Again, I'm not saying they're doing it for me. I'm just saying that
it feels like
I'm just saying that this matches up exactly what I've been saying like for months. Like I complained that Copper Mountain was not what I wanted to see at all. But I feel like, I don't know, I just wanted to say that, like, I feel like I've been heard, and that in my own small way, I just want everybody out there to know, if anybody from RiffTrax is listening, to know that, like, I very much appreciate it.
You feel validated and seen.
Yes. So, I mean, like, I hope they continue going in this direction. I know MST3K type of movies sell more, and they can't really, what's it called? Just like zoom in on one guy, which is me. I get that, but I do feel heard, and I think it's great, and I appreciate it.
I mean,
which is what I wanted to say.
There's definitely been some crazy movies this year so far.
Oh yeah,
and
but
I think this year, ever since, oh man, I don't even know how far back to go. I mean, not counting Copper Mountain, because that was like awful.
Yeah, that was.
But like, if you go back, like we had Mirror Mirror, we had Savage right before that. Dangerous Men. You know, so this is going halfway through. No. This is going back to like the end part of
the last
year.
6 months. Yeah.
Yeah, Dangerous Men, Atomic Eden, Dancing It's On, Winter Beast.
Oh, Dancing, yeah. Dude, Dancing It's On. That's another thing. I know we talked about it at length, but that's fantastic. I really do. I really do like the post, moving out of the 80s and the 90s, and just like focusing on this. Now, 80s and that's still good to go back to, but I'm kind of over Trash Can on Fire, kind of apocalypse, post-apocalypse kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But
it's good to have a nice spread.
Yes.
Well, and then just recently, also a couple weeks ago, we got part 2 of the 1954 Flash Gordon from Matthew J. Elliott and Ian Potter.
Yes, that's another thing.
We've got this huge range lately. It's not all just been focusing on like one decade.
Yeah, and Bridget
where
and
they all
Joe
feel
are
the
doing their
same
thing, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been great. This has been a good year for RiffTrax releases, especially because we've got this huge spread of types of movies. We've got MP3s, we've got action, regular action. We've got Jurassic Shark. They redid Zombie Nightmare, which I still want to talk about.
Yeah,
we'll have to do that for another episode. Yeah, just a whole lot of good stuff been coming out. And then, of course, we got the game, which has been a blast.
Yeah.
Which I wanted
We
to
need to do
play
another
today.
one. You want to play that this week?
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to.
Hey, look, as long as we do it in the morning, I should be able to come on and play.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see. I open a lot this week, and my mom's coming into town.
I
From
know
Arizona,
because I
so
know
we
the
get a lot
fans
of-
want me to play. That's what the fans want. I'm not even joking about that.
If nothing else, it'll be Tuesday at the latest.
Okay.
Tuesday is my next day off, so that we'll be able to play for whenever. So, I did want to play it today. Unfortunately, like I said, my mother's coming into town now from Arizona, so I have to drive an hour and a half to go pick her up from the airport at 4 o'clock. So I actually should probably start getting ready to go.
Okay. Well,
but
before we go,
yes,
Jeremy,
go
would you watch Jurassic Shark on Rift?
I might have turned it on to see what it was about before the riff was released or announced or anything like that. If I would have found this movie, I probably would have turned it on. I don't know that I would have finished it. I might have. Dave and I have kind of similar tastes when it comes to watching bad movies. But the movie,
what we'll tolerate.
Yeah, what we'll tolerate, and so I don't know.
I don't think I would have tolerated this.
I probably would have turned it off halfway through when they're walking through the forest for 20 minutes. Like
they're doing all Planet of Dinosaurs. I don't know if I would have. I think I would have seen the stupid girls at the very beginning. I'd be like, and like I said before, I would like have run away screaming, trying to get away from these women. Like, you're such a spaz. Are you stupid? Like, oh God.
Well, see, here's the thing. I actually just bought. I don't even know what's on it. let me see if I can look it up.
Oh Lord, Jeremy bought something. Everybody.
This was a few weeks ago. I was at Menards, and they had a bunch of movies in a bin for $5 a piece. I bought the Blu-ray for Krull, so I could have it to watch the riff with it. And it's one of those ones where it looks like it's a VHS cover. Like, it even has, like, the little fake little sticker on it that's, like, all worn off. Oh, here it is. This is the Shark Bait 6 Killer Shark Films Collection.
Oh, no. Hey, let me ask you this. Is there a movie in this is there a movie called Shark Exorcist in there?
No, this has Ghost Shark, Mississippi River Sharks. I actually bought it because of Ghost Shark, because I've seen clips of that, and it's got Richard Mall in it. But the shark, Bull. The shark can literally come out of any source of water because it's a ghost. Like, somebody gets killed with they open a bottle of water. I don't know. Mississippi River Sharks, Ozark Sharks, Santa Jaws. So his Santa Jaws and Ghost Shark. I really wanted to see those two. Swamp Shark, Zombie Shark, and then a bonus movie, Alligator Alley.
There's a fun little story before we go. Oh, we also got to do the raffle eventually, because I said we were going to do that if there was enough people. But in 2012, I decided I wanted to maybe do a serial, like an online serial, like a serial novel.
Yeah.
Not like cereal, pour the milk in the bowl and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Like, they sound exactly the same. I wanted to do that, but in the Harry Potter 5 riff, when they're out, when the bad guys, the bad wizards, whatever you call those guys, they're attacking the Weasley's house. They're out trying to fight the evil wizards out in the it's not corn, out in the barley field or outside the Weasley house.
Yeah, the field that's there.
One of the jokes is corn shark, and I thought that was so funny that I decided to create a monster called the corn shark and call the cereal corn shark exclamation point. But the thing is, I wrote, I think 20. I wrote 20,000 words for it, and then the plot got away from me, and I had to pretend like it never existed. But I
And then
found the manuscript for it about a month ago. And I'm
then
not
you-
going to finish it. Yeah.
And then you found the movie that was released last year called Sharks of
Yes.
the Corn.
Yeah. That takes place in, yeah. I'd be like, this is like the exact same thing where there's a shark and running through the thing. I'm like, oh gosh, that looks so, like,
Which is free to watch if you have Amazon Prime, by the way.
You don't want to watch it. It's real bad.
I bet it is.
And I'm like,
it looks
really
real
glad
bad.
that I didn't finish that. I mean, I was reading it. It's like you can tell that it's me writing, and I like some of the scenes in it, but I don't know where to go with it. I don't know. I don't think I'll finish it because it's like 10 years old, and I've lost the inspiration for it. But the title for it, Corn Shark, came from RiffTrax.
Nice. We had let's see, 13.5 points out of 50 for this movie. That's the total score.
Okay, yeah.
That we
Is that
gave
the
this
lowest
movie.
anything's gotten?
So far.
So far, I mean, have you been keeping track of it? Do you have?
I don't have it all saved, no.
Oh, okay. All right, it's fine.
But yeah, 13.5 out of 50 for the riff of Jurassic Shark. The only thing that saved this movie was the riffs and the personality in the movie.
Yeah, the riff itself is amazing. Yeah, so
otherwise it would have had 5.5 points.
So, unless you have anything else to talk about, we can try to do this raffle.
I do not. There are a few people in here. I don't know how many people are actually.
Okay.
How many of these users are actually paying attention? But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 of them.
I'll go ahead and just say
if you go into mod view, since you're a mod
I
on
can
here,
hit this little sword here.
yeah,
Comic Superhero Squad is here. I
Yeah.
just saw him. Okay, cool. So if you are here and you are paying attention, what I would like to do is to reward the listeners of the True Blue Riffcast by holding a little raffle here. And if I can get, I can see your face, Jeremy. Let me pause that. Let me go ahead and if you want to put hashtag raffle in the chat, if we can get, I want to say, if we can get 3 names, we'll do this raffle. If we can get 3 hashtag raffles in the chat, at least that many, then I will go ahead and input your names into a wheel. So Atomic Hero Squad is in it. If we can get at least 2 more, how long should we give people to put it in the chat?
a few minutes. We'll give them a few minutes.
Okay.
In the meantime, while we're waiting for this, we'll do our little wrap up here.
Okay.
But if you enjoy the podcast and you'd like to be able to support us, if you can support us in any way, shape, or form, you can subscribe right here on Twitch. You can send us bits and all that fun stuff here on Twitch, or you can head over to patreon.com/TrueBlueRiffcast and support us for a couple dollars a month over there. We also have a Discord that we're just kind of starting up. And if you're interested at all in hanging out with us over there or using it a way to just kind of, keep in touch with us and maybe some of the other fans, I'm going to drop an invite right here. I want it to not expire. How do I get it to not expire? I don't know how to do that. But we're going to copy this right here, and I'm going to drop it into chat if you're interested in hanging out with us. Josh Flowers in the Discord, who's usually here with us, he has stated that he was almost done listening to the Tumbleweed dossier.
Oh, nice.
And he's working on his actual job, so...
Oh, okay.
But there's a link
cool.
for the
We
chat
all
if you
have
want to, or
actual
the Discord.
jobs.
Yeah.
And I think I should also say that Josh Flowers, his lovely wife, Colette, is narrating Son of Santa, which will probably be the next release that I do. And if you want to check me out, I'm Jeremy. Are you done with plugging all your stuff for the show?
Yeah. You can follow me on Twitter at PB and Awesome. You can follow the podcast itself on Twitter at TB Riffcast.
All right, and I'm Dave Chadwick. You can check me out at dchadwickauthor on Twitter. I'm also at davechadwick.info. Okay, so now it looks like Atomic Hero Squad is the only person that that decided to enter this raffle. So guess what?
Woo!
He's going to go ahead and get it. Atomic Hero Squad. Contact me on Twitter or on Facebook, or you can send me an email at davechadwick.info@gmail.com.
Or since you just joined the Discord, you could probably send him a message on there.
Yeah. Send me a message on Discord. Yeah. Contact me any one of those three ways. And since you're the default winner of the raffle, you get 2 free audiobooks from me, Dave Chadwick, from audible.com. Happy Valley, which is narrated by the fantastic and wonderful Caleb Meacham, and The Tumbleweed Dossier, which is narrated by the fantastic and wonderful and lovely Haley Pullis of General Hospital and Netflix's Ashley Garcia, Genius in Love. So contact me, Atomic Hero Squad. I see that you said fun times. Thanks, Dave. Contact me any one of those ways. If all else fails, send me email at davechadwick.info@gmail.com, and I will send you those codes so you can pick up your prize.
We'll see everybody right here next week on the True Blue Riffcast.
Rock till you die.